let's start breaking down these games. In this first matchup up here, Eagles at Washington, and the Eagles get another win, winning 20-16, and are really close of just wrapping up that playoff spot. They still have a little bit of work to do this upcoming week. They have to win or have a little bit of help if they do lose. But overall, this Eagles team at 9-7 and sitting currently at that 7 seed in the playoffs, we absolutely love it, folks. We have this Eagles team as Super Bowl contenders, and I am content on leaving them in the Super Bowl contender category, folks. Yes, it was a little bit of a close game, but once again, a little bit of slow start, but then they get it figured out as the game progresses, and that's what we've seen by this Eagles team. They are resilient, and they will get it done. Their offense works. It is proven to work, folks. It can jump out of the gate quick and score at will, and then at other times it does take a little bit. It takes that first half of stalling a little bit, and then the second half they get it figured out like they did last week, and they did it this week as well. So Nick Sirianni keeps his team level-headed. Nobody's ever panicking. Those halftime adjustments are always immaculate, and they get the job done. So watch out for this Eagles team. I'm telling you, nobody wants to face this Eagles team in the playoffs, and if the NFL season ended today, folks, no more week 18, no more extended version of the season here. It would be Eagles at Rams for that first playoff spot, for that first wild card game. And that Rams team, folks, they've been struggling a little bit these last 2 weeks offensively, not being as dominant as we know they can be. And this Eagles team, they keep games close, folks. They don't let you score and run or throw wild on this team. So this is a tough out for any team in the NFC, and I think they can pull some upsets, and I think we could potentially get another little magical Philly Super Bowl run out here, folks. I think that's what we can get. Loving what we get from this Eagles team. Like we said, little bit out to a slow start. They only put up 7 points in the first half, but then first drive out of halftime, folks, look at this. First drive out of halftime, 17 plays, 80 yards, 7.5 minutes chewed off the clock. Yes, time adjustments, getting it done. And then another field goal, and then the defense steps it up, folks. Eagles have the lead, but Washington and Taylor Heineke are driving. First and 10 at the Eagles 20-yard line with 30 seconds left, but this is where the defense steps up. They pick off Taylor Heineke, and that's the ball game, folks. Offense, defense, getting it done throughout the entirety of the game, and the Eagles super close of truly clinching a playoff spot. Like we said, they definitely need to win, or if they do lose, they need a little bit of help with the Vikings losing and the Saints losing. I think the Saints are the only other team potentially trying to get a playoff spot. Let's quickly see. We'll click Eagles lose next week against the Cowboys. Just losing does not push them out of the playoffs, but with the Saints win, they can't just get in the playoffs either. So even if the Eagles lose, they need a ton. They do still need some things to not go their way for them to solidify their playoff spot. So Eagles are in great shape heading into the last week. All right, let's start breaking down some stats here and seeing what these Eagles did last night. So Jalen Hurts, 17 of 26. And once again, another great thing we love about this Eagles team, they never let Jalen Hurts just throw the ball 50 times a game. I don't even really want, there's only two quarterbacks I feel comfortable slinging the ball around 50 times a game, and that's Tom Brady because he gets it done. We just saw that yesterday in full force. And then Aaron Rodgers, who once again will get it done slinging the ball. I don't even want Matthew Stafford throwing the ball 50 times a game because they have Sony Michel. And this Eagles team has Jordan Howard and Boston Scott, and they had Miles Sanders. Unfortunately, he's injured. Unfortunate. So here we go. Jalen Hurts, 17 of 26, 65% completion percentage, real solid. 214 yards, wasn't dinking and dunking. No touchdown, no interceptions, no fumbling. And that's another reason why we love this Eagles team. They can score without their their quarterback. Their running game is fantastic. We get Boston Scott, 14 rushes for 47 yards and 2 scores. Jalen Hurts takes off 7 times for 44 yards. Another reason why we love Jalen Hurts is his dual threat ability. He's very quick, folks. He's very quick. He's not like Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson, but he's kind of, that second tier great quickness that you need from a dual threat quarterback. Then we get Jordan Howard, 11 rushes for 26 yards. All right, who was Jalen Hurts slinging the ball to? We had Dallas Goedert, leading receiver, 6 catches for 71 yards. Devontae Smith, 3 catches, 54 yards. Boston Scott, 4 catches, 39 yards. Greg Ward, 2 catches, 35 yards. And Quez Watkins, 2 catches for 15 yards. Overall, Washington's defense, had a really good showing. And that's what we get from a Ron Rivera-led team. This Washington team, they've got a lot of heart and a lot of pride. And they definitely, came into their own, the second half of the season, if you will. Just unfortunately got out to a little bit of a slow start in the beginning. But the defense, they held the Eagles to some solid yardage. This rushing game was not running wild like we've seen it do. But they just couldn't get it done in the clutch. And, Taylor Heineke, he was kind of billing himself as the gamer. Going back to last season, diving for that pylon against the Patriots, folks. Whenever Taylor Heineke has a primetime game, that's what they show over and over and talk about over and over again. Oh my God, Taylor Heineke dove for the pylon. The man's the gamer. But we saw that kind of gamer energy get tested this season, not diving for the pylon in the end zone in his kind of first start earlier this season. Just kind of not going balls to the wall, not going true gamer mode, and then throwing an interception with 30 seconds left, down 1 score at the 20-yard line. So Taylor Heineke, a little exposed this season, and I definitely think of what we saw from Taylor Heineke this season is that he's not, a franchise guy. You can't build around this man. You do kind of need to pick up another quarterback option in this offseason and go from there. So, unfortunate, Taylor Heineke just didn't get those wins. Unfortunately, you kept some games close, so we'll give you credit for that, but we need to see you take the next step and start winning games now. You had really this season almost to yourself as the starter, unlike last season, and you didn't get it done. So if you do get another chance, another season as a starter next year, you've got to win games. So we'll see what they do with Taylor Heineke in this offseason. But Taylor Heineke was slinging this ball around, 27 of 36, folks. We get 75% completion percentage, 247 yards, a little bit of dink and dunk, no touchdown, 1 interception, and it came at the clutchest time in the game, and that's when he throws the pick. So what does that say about Heineke? Unclutch, unfortunate there. Didn't fumble, but still that 1 turnover, that's the game, that's the ball game. All right, who was Washington running with? We had Jarrett Patterson, 12 rushes for 57 yards and a touchdown. Taylor Heineke took off twice for 14 yards, and Wendell Smallwood, 4 rushes for 12 yards. Who was Taylor Heineke slinging the ball to? We had Terry McLaurin, leading receiver, 7 catches, 61 yards. That's what we love. He's targeting his A1 Tier 1 weapon, so another green flag, silver lining for Taylor Heineke if you're looking for one. We get Cam Sims, second leading receiver, 4 catches, 48 yards. Jarrett Patterson, 5 catches, 41 yards. John Bates, 3 catches, 35 yards. De'Ami Brown, 1 catch, 25 yards. Adam Humphries, 2 catches, 12 yards. And Wendell Smallwood, 2 catches for 10 yards. Unfortunately, came down to the wire, and Taylor Heineke turns the ball over. Washington gets it done. They bring their benches. They brought their heated benches to Washington, and the heated benches, it works, folks. You bring your own heated benches, you get the win. The Cowboys did it a couple weeks ago. Eagles did it this week, and now that teams are bringing their benches to Washington, they might want to just bring their entire stands and seating and railings to Washington as well, because did y'all see this after the game? Jalen Hurts walking off the field, and the freaking the stands collapse, like 8 people fall over a railing. So if you're heading into Washington next week, is Washington at home next week? Yes, no, hang on. Week 18. Washington is on the road. Thank goodness. Burn down that stadium. Demolish the stadium and build something new for the year. Your stands are falling apart. Your stands are falling apart. Do you see something wrong with this? Jalen Hurts almost got taken out by the stands of Washington. Come on. Do better, Washington. We know that whole organization's in big old turmoil, and I know, their stadium is kind of the least of their concerns concerns at the current moment, but you're about to get this kid hurt out here. The man that just whooped that ass. The man that just beat Taylor Heineke. Give some respect to Jalen Hurts, folks. He's about to be a Super Bowl winner maybe this season. Can't injure him with fans falling over railings. Come on. So, Eagles get to win 22-16.